Hello, welcome back. We are in Cleveland again for another makeover. If you remember back in February of 2020, we made over a space here in Cleveland for the Third Space Action Lab. That's office is in this building, it's upstairs. Check out that video if you haven't. What you guys didn't know is that they also have this expansive event space in the same building. And we're making it over. I'm very excited. This is our first commercial use space. It's gonna be bright and colorful, very exciting. I'm very excited. So let me share with you what's going on. Okay, this is the entrance to the space. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tour. Right when you walk in and over to the left, we have this fun little nook. And this is going to become a bookstore, the T-Sal reading room. I've got plans. Actually, I've got plans, but this is gonna be a bookstore. They're gonna sell some merch in here. They have a fabulous and very wide selection of books that will be available in person and online. As soon as it's up and running, I'll be sure to share that with you guys, be it on social media or in this video. But this first space, never got a siren. Look at that. Leaving the bookstore, as you come into this main open space, this is what we are calling the living room. So we did set up this space. If you follow me on Instagram, we set it up for a in-person filming, taping of a podcast, and we did a kind of very cool rented furniture kind of setup in this space, and the owners really loved that and they wanted to recreate that for their own space. So we're kind of going to emulate that vibe. So this is what we're calling the living room. Has these beautiful windows across the front that get a ton of light. The neighborhood is really undergoing a lot of revitalization, and they want to have a space where people can come to work and gather and hang out and chill, and we are going to create that with this living room vibe in here. They are lovers of plants, which I love because these windows get beautiful, beautiful light, so we'll definitely get lots of plants going in this space. So leaving the living room, we come back into what I have dubbed the dining room. So in this space, we're going to put tables and chairs, and this will become our dining room. Also in this space, they want to give local artists a place to exhibit. So we have a gallery hanging system on the wall here that will remain white, so that any artist that wants to feature their work, use this as an exhibit space, can do that here. Coming past the dining room, we have a utility area here that we're not going to do a whole lot to right now. We're still figuring this part out. Same with our audio visual section. These places are technical, things are involved. They're on the end of our to-do list. But this space back here is what I have dubbed the conference room. So this is a space where, be it if T-Sal team members want to, gather and have a meeting outside of their normal office space or outside of Zoom and want to gather in person, they can do that here. If other neighborhood small businesses need somewhere to gather, there will be a conference table back here with chairs. There's a television for displaying slides or presentations. And so this will be what I'm calling the conference room. So let's jump into the plan that we have for this space. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen a sneak peek. But for those of you who only exist here on YouTube, let me share that with you now. Okay, let's get into the plan for this space just a little bit. So back in October, we dressed the space with some temporary furniture, and we really all liked that vibe. So we kind of wanted to recreate that. I've dropped a couple pictures here just for inspiration. If you move on to the living room, you immediately kind of see that same inspiration. We've got a vintage sofa. We have this leather Chesterfield. Both of these are very classic pieces. Same for the rug, which is ruggable and washable. It's kind of very classic medallion Persian style rug that we are then accenting with these two postmodern, very bright, colorful pops of chairs. I used a nesting table just so that the table can be kind of as big as it could be without being one solid piece. Here I have just a color palette
of colors that I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use or which walls they're going to go on. Just some colors that I enjoyed and thought would all look good together. And then always will have some African style elements in a space that I do that is for other Black people. This is a giant sun mask. I can't wait to hang it in the space. It is huge. And we're doing this wall in the bookstore that is inspired by designer Carmion Hamilton that I absolutely love. So that is a plan for the living room. Back in the conference room, that giant table that was a part of their makeover before, or unfortunately wasn't a part of their makeover before, is going to find a home. Again, I just have some colors, not sure how I'm going to use those, but we're going to add some chairs, stackable chairs, because we want to replace, they have a lot of folding chairs, we want to replace a lot of those and create just a little more color and niceness, you know, with these stackable chairs. So eventually we'll add some other furniture pieces here, but this is what we have going on for the conference room. And then in the dining room, which is a space that they want to use more often, because it is just behind the living room space, we are going to add some of these IKEA counters so that we can close off the sink area a bit and provide surface space, whether we're having a buffet meal or someone is serving. We have countertops that look nice and are uniform. Eventually we'll put them on casters to move them around, and then we're going to do this faux marble table setup with these bentwood chairs that we found, and I even dropped in a little blueprint of what that's going to look like, just because a lot of the programming that they have right now, it does tend to be very food centered, so they wanted somewhere for everyone to sit. So that is our plan. Let's get into the execution. So we are in the space. I have my paint swatches because there are a lot of walls and poles in here, and to figure out what colors I wanted to use and which walls I wanted those colors to actually go on, I wanted to use sticky swatches, put them up, let's walk around, let's see how we feel, so that we can go get our paint and start painting. So exciting. So this is the wall where we're going to do that accent, and I'm trying to decide if the color should be, along with the black, a warmer white or a true brighter white. Sean thinks it should be the brighter white. I think it should be the warmer white. I don't know, but I'm gonna put the warmer white here for now. There's a archway to this space, and I guess it really would depend on whether we're going to repaint the archway, and we're probably not, so it probably should be that brighter white so that it makes sense. So maybe Sean's right and it should be the brighter white. Sean and I went and got paint, and my brother and I went back to Home Depot to make sure we had all of the supplies. If you watched our last makeover with Maura, you will have met my handyman painter brother, and he is graciously helping us with this project again. Waiting on him to arrive so we can get started. But since we didn't get a chance to finish sharing the paint colors with you, I figured I'd do that now. But I wanted to show you my face since I'm alone. Sean isn't here. He went to have a fun Super Bowl weekend with his friends. So I am here alone, and I am going to show you the paint colors and the walls that I think the paint colors are going to go on. So yeah, hopefully I don't do terrible shaky camera work. I'm sure if I do, Sean will put something on the screen to note that I did terrible shaky camera work. So this red color is going to go in what I'm calling the dining room, on this wall and that wall with the door. So this whole space will be red. And this wall, I think when we gave you the tour, this wall where they have the gallery hanging system, this will stay white. This peacock blue color is going to go on the back sides of all three kind of structural column sections, as well as the wall here and possibly this face here. So we'll have this like pop of peacock blue that will then immediately transition into the red that will go along here. Now in this space, we will be installing some sinks so that the area, the dining room has sinks where you can, rinse out dishes, get water, dump ice, that kind of thing. Eventually there'll be an ice machine in this area as well. But we're going with a dark blue so that it still pops in the space but kind of fades to black, but not being black. Because this will be more of a utility area. Finally, but also maybe not, this back wall here will get this green color, and that will surround the television and cover this cinder block wall that we have big plans for. So that green will be back here.
Okay, we're back. Sean's back. I don't have to hold the camera. I can talk to you guys like this. And I have makeup on, so you know that means we're nearing the finish line. We have almost done. We're almost done with the paint. You can see behind me, it's this beautiful, vibrant green. I love a saturated color. What can I say? So we did this green back here. We're doing some green chairs back here. Loving it. Now, as we walk through and show you the paint colors, you will notice there are some boxes in the way. As we stated earlier, all of the furniture that we're going to be putting in this space has already been delivered, and it's kind of hard to keep moving those heavy boxes out of the way to like keep it cute. So just bear with us. We've done our deep blue in the sink area, and we will get those sinks installed. That deep red that I wanted in the what I'm calling the dining room looks fantastic, and I added just a little pop. I have inspiration photos that I'll try to remember to have Sean pop on the screen, but there were these arches I saw on Pinterest where people would just paint the inside of the arch, and I was like, that's so cool. Let's give it a shot in this space where we have a lot of space that we're working with. We're already working with a lot of color, so let's try this like pop of color on this inside of this like archway. We have our deep teal, creating this like mood when you come from the living room into the dining room. And then in the living room, where most of the furniture will carry the color, we went black on the walls. And last but not least, our mural wall is still happening. I think it's gonna be really good when it goes up. So hope you guys enjoyed those paint colors. And now it's finally time to get into some furniture, my favorite part. So let's pull this space together. Now, if you'll remember from our plan, in this back area, we're making this our conference room. If we're looking at this as like a workspace, meeting space, the Third Space Action Lab wanted a place where a large part of their team could actually gather and meet around a table. This table that we're about to move in this space is actually the table that was supposed to go in their office upstairs. If you guys remember back to that video, I said there was a moment where devastation happened while Sean and I were at Home Depot, and the table couldn't get up the stairs and it couldn't fit in the elevator, and we actually had to find a last minute table, and there was footage of none of that. It was just like devastation that happened off camera. Well, that table is finally getting a home in this conference area, and eventually we will be adding gallery wall around the television and a credenza, but that is phase 2. Right now, we're making a conference room that is functional for the team members today. The dining room, and these 12 very large heavy boxes behind me hold the tables for the dining room. So this is about to be an epic put together furniture montage. Let's go.
dining room is starting to come together. I am loving it so far. I really thought the red would look perfect with these black marble finished top tables. And we got these vintage bentwood chairs from a rental company here in Cleveland that does a sale. We got them for a steal of $49 per chair. Crazy. So yeah, this will be our dining room, as they have one of their signature events, the intergenerational lunch. Instead of sitting in the front, one complaint that this owners of the space had is that they didn't feel like they utilized the back half of the room. So back here, this is why we're really focusing on tables and chairs, because when we have events in here that involve eating or lots of people sitting and needing a surface to listen to someone speak, it's happening back here and not just so much up in the front where the walls would naturally dissect the space. So yeah, our dining room is starting to come together. This building is a very old building. It has a very long history in Cleveland, and you'll see throughout this like geometric pattern that happens on the wall. I don't know exactly what it's called. I have to figure that out. But it is, when people think of this building, this particular Madison Medical Building, you think of those bricks. I wanted to create some type of pattern to denote the bookstore area and entryway kind of from the rest, and just to add, you know, a little pattern. So I was really inspired by Carmion Hamilton's dining room freehand wall that she painted, and thought that it would be the perfect thing to do in this space. My brother is a perfectionist, and so he created this template that he's using to mark out the squares to do each line. Yeah, so the mural is gonna go along this wall and come out here as well. And I think it'll make a really nice little statement over here in the bookstore. Going to start with this wall with our centerpiece decor item, just because we need to get on a ladder and get up here to get it hung, and once I put the rug and the couch down, I don't want to have to disturb that again, and I'm really excited about this one. This is a sun mask. I don't know if you guys can tell how big it is, but it's like 32 inches across. It's huge, but it's a much larger version of a sun mask that we currently have in our shop. If you didn't know, I have a home decor shop. It's called Sticky Icky, and it is always listed in the description box below. And we have one currently that is very similar to this, and we have one that'll be in stock very soon that's also very similar. So please be sure that you sign up for email alerts so that you are alerted to when we drop new merchandise. But we're gonna get this hung up first, and we're going to use a trick that my friend Harry suggested, and that's fishing line. Because we have a pole up here that we can wrap the fishing line around, we can use that because this has loops on the back. Everything comes with loops to hang, even when you buy from our shop. We're gonna use the fishing line to just wrap around the pole and hang so that we don't have to drill into the walls here. So Sean's gonna get up on a ladder and get that done. This is my first time using Ruggable. If you, like me, have had any home decor interest at all, then you've probably been served a Ruggable ad. And I was very interested in giving them a try. And because this is a commercial use space, I wanted a rug that they could easily keep clean. And Ruggable rugs, their claim to fame is that they are washable. So we're gonna roll this out. I think they got a 9x12, so they'll have to get some help getting it clean, but let's roll it out because it's the first step to pulling our living room together. So this was our first time working with Ruggable. I just noticed Sean's shoe is untied in this clip, and now I think that's funny. This is our first time working with the Ruggable rug, so I didn't realize that it's basically like Velcro, and we had the toughest time putting this together. We've tried to follow the way the directions said to do it, and it was just a no. I think it would probably be easier if the rug pad came in as one piece instead of two. So we ended up having to flip it over, attach the rug pad, and then flip it back over and make small adjustments because it just ended up being much easier. Although the rug is washable, I just highly recommend, and I told Evelyn and Mordecai, like, just don't need to wash this rug. Just let it be what it is. But I will say, after we finished the space and there were people over to the space, there was a spill and it cleaned up so easily. So yeah, I think Ruggable on a smaller rug in your home would probably be great. This was really hard. Okay, that was a challenge. I think that Ruggable, I don't know, haven't washed it yet, haven't lived with it really, just the getting it down on the floor. A little difficult with the rug this large because the pad is like Velcro and sticks to the underside of the rug, and so getting it nice and smooth like the way that they said to do it didn't work at all. 3.5 out of 5 stars so far on installation. Like, it looks good, but it's not perfect, but we'll see how it does when we put some furniture on top of it. Oof, and we are sweating. And now we are ready to add some chairs and add a little bit of pops of color. If you remember from our plan, these chairs from Urban Outfitters are very trendy. They're that very postmodern vibe, and they have that pop of color, so I'm actually excited to see them in person. Let me find my subtle knife.
Kevin got it.
Kevin's subtle knife.
The knife.
We have 2 more pops of color in a chair happening on this side, so let's open these up. And they're from one of our favorites, Article. Not sponsored this time, we just went to Article because they have actually beautiful quality furniture. Is in Northeast Ohio, and Northeast Ohio experiences all 4 seasons, so it's kind of a must. There are going to be jackets, there are going to be coats, but geez Louise, I cannot deal with this mishmash of hangers. So I got them some nice velvet hangers to just make this look a little more inviting and professional. So we're gonna switch that out now. I put Sean on the furniture duty because I'm tired and sweating. Whew.
You need to drink more water. That's why you always sweat. Yeah. Look at me, cool as a fan.
That's because you've been sitting here holding the camera.
I'm doing the hard stuff. Cool as a cucumber on a winter morning. This is how they make paella.
One of the things that Mordecai, the other half of Third Space ownership, wanted in this space were these peacock chairs, and I actually found them on Facebook Marketplace through a young woman here in Cleveland who sells super cute vintage stuff. I will try to link her shop information down below. And she delivers. They got these 2 and a third that they keep upstairs in the office, but we're gonna move these to a much more prominent position so that we can give them the love that they deserve. So unfortunately, we didn't get any footage of our tasker putting together these IKEA kitchen islands, but they are together. These are here to act as surfaces when they have catering in the space. They're actually meant for a stool to go on this side, but there's storage on the other side, which is perfect because you can never have too much storage. Eventually, we will be adding casters so they can easily move these around. But for now, they're just gonna sit here stationary, and I think they're an excellent addition and serving us well in the dining room. So we were hoping to get this 3-basin sink. There's also a hand washing sink in here installed in this space, in this phase 1. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen, but we will get it done in phase 2, and it will live in this area here. And the plan is to further close off this space with some half walls, but again, that will have to happen in phase 2. So for now, we've got the sink, promises of a sink, but we'll have to come back for it. Okay, phase 1 of this space is complete, and before we get to the reveal shots, I just want to say that let's bear in mind that this is phase 1. The next section will include decor, window treatments, art going on the walls, and those final touches that really bring a space to life. This was the bare bones. So yeah, I think it turned out really good. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. So no more waiting. Let's get to the reveal.
That was first time seeing it.
Well, she said she'd go back early.
No, that's not fair.
What do you think, friends? Look up, turn
Hey,
around.
boss lady.
Oh my goodness. It's my cloth on the wall.
It's my cloth on the wall.
Mordecai got a sneak peek before me.
He been in and out all day.
All day. Come on in.
Oh my goodness.
How you like
It's
it?
not white wall. Oh.
How you like it?
So
You like
it's
it?
full of surprises.
You like it?
Now it's just phase one. We still gotta add some stuff to the walls.
Hey,
You know
boss
what
lady.
I'm saying? We still gotta.
What do you
It's
think?
not white.
I know.
It's not just a box.
No, it's
It's
got
alright.
some depth.
You could do some stuff.
And we come on into the dining room.
Oh my goodness.
All right, what did you guys think? I hope that you like it as much as I do. Mordecai and Evelyn have already had people over to the space, and the reception has been really warm. Everybody loves it because a little bit of paint can go a long way. So be sure to let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. The next video where we finish this off is coming. It's already in the works. I can't make promises. We have a baby. I blame everything on baby Cash, but it is coming. So be sure that you hit the subscribe button and stay tuned to this space to see how we finish this space off. As always, thank you so much for watching. Follow along on Instagram for updates on us daily and what's happening at Celia DWHQ. And I'll see you in the next one.